Hey guys, so today I had some really frustrating news. Essentially, I'm not going to meet my 1 year anniversary for not drinking. So I'll tell you more about that in a minute, but let's get into it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I just wanted to document my thoughts a little bit. This was my initial reaction, so I calmed down a bit since then. Oh God, I'm really angry. I'm really annoyed. And the reason I'm annoyed is because I'm choosing to be annoyed. Oh, gosh. Right, I just want to record my thoughts and my feelings at this moment because I'm really pissed off. And the reason I'm really pissed off is because I've allowed somebody to influence my behaviour by being in proximity with them. Oh God, I'm so fucking... Basically, just recording. Yeah, I'm recording this so I can, I don't know, remember and look back on this fucking moment. But I've been hanging out with Dad, and he keeps pushing his shit ideas. His like, eat bad food, and he just really angry at this moment, so I can't even formulate a proper like cohesive fucking thoughts. But basically, I stopped drinking on the 23rd of September 2022, and it's now the 1st of September 2023, and it's the longest I've ever not had a drink for. It was really socially hard to not drink. It was really hard having all the conversations with all of my friends, telling them that I'm not drinking, but then being okay with it. And the one person who has... Basically, when I stopped drinking, my dad decided that he was going to stop drinking. Fine, great. It's good to look after yourself. And then when it was his birthday, maybe about 8 months into this whole thing, he was like, oh, have a drink for my birthday. And I was like, no. And then they basically poured me a glass, and I didn't drink it, but they thought I had a sip. I didn't have a sip. So I was almost at 1 year of no drinking. Almost at 1 year of putting my mind to something and not doing it. And when I was out with my dad having a really nice weekend, he got a ginger beer, and then he said, oh, try this. And we had this long extended conversation where I was like, it doesn't have alcohol in it, does it? And then he was like, no. I was like, well, I wonder why they call it ginger beer. Why don't they call it just ginger juice? And it was this whole thing, and then he was like, oh, I think there might be alcohol in it. And I was like, after I drank it, I was like, are you joking? And he was like, no, yeah, there isn't any. And I was like, right, okay, cool. And then, just as we were driving home, having a really nice time, obviously, his conscience must have got the better of him. I'm not sure what. But he was just like, oh, by the way, I had a look up that ginger beer that we had, and it did have alcohol in it. And I was like, you fucking what? But what the lesson that I'm going to take from this is that, and it's exactly what Jim Rohn says, you know, you can be poisoned by your friend, or you can get good things from your enemy. It doesn't matter where it comes from. What matters is what it is. And what this was me allowing my diet to slip. This was me allowing general negative influences into my life. And regardless of the intention, I mean, after I was like, are you joking me? He was like, well, you had a drink in May. I was like, no, I didn't. And it's like, oh, right, well, you know, get over it, basically. And I'm like, are you taking the piss? So, So it was then completely silence in the car from that point on. We went back home. My car wasn't working, so I took my old car. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, when we were driving back, I was like, you should apologise. And he's like, oh, right, well, I'm sorry. I was like, you know, the reason that you're upset is because you've done something wrong. And this is the consequences of doing something wrong. Motherfucker. So, it doesn't mean that I'm going to start drinking again. But it does mean that I just can't trust. I can't trust my dad, unfortunately. Because I've been eating shit. And to top it off, he then tells me that he broke my 11 months, almost 12 months, almost 1 year sting of not drinking for absolutely no reason. For like, oh, try this shit drink. So what I'm thinking now is I'm just not going to talk to this prick until he apologises properly. But the massive lesson is your friends, your loved ones, your friends, your family, they don't know what's good for you. You know what's good for you. And if you're on a path and someone keeps niggling at you to say, oh, I feel like we want a drink. Do you want a drink? No. Oh, God. I'm really angry. I'm allowing myself to be angry. Fuck. Can't believe it. I shouldn't have taken the drink. The responsibility part here is, and I said to him, I can be responsible for taking the drink. My bad. I shouldn't have taken it. I shouldn't have trusted you. He can be responsible for giving me the fucking drink. Whatever. He doesn't need to be responsible. I am fully responsible. Oh, God. Make sure this is fucking recording. So I completely wish that I didn't go on the fucking trip now. Note to self. I'm just not going to go on trips with Dad, unfortunately, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he tries to force me into fucking doing things I don't want to do. God. I'm going to go to the gym. And we're just not going to have the same meals anymore. I'm going to book my fucking trip to Asia. I'm gone, motherfucker. What a prick. I can't believe that. And he was just so angry. And I'm like, excuse me, I am the one that should be angry. Oh, right, well, I'm going to call Tolly and vent a little bit. Then I'm going to go to the gym. Fuck! Well, the massive takeaway here for me is you got to be very careful with who you are around. And if they're not on the same boat, get them away from you. Because they're only going to pull you down and make you do something that you don't want to do. Fucking hell. It's the 1st of September. I was literally 22 days away. So that means I didn't drink for 365, 333 days. Oh God, it was close to a year. Fuck off. So, Can't do anything about it. I should look at it like it's 330 days of not drinking. Not that it's 22 days short of a year. Fuck. Having the right people around you is so important. Right, well, note to self. Can't trust Dad. And he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So why should I believe him? God almighty. Right, alright guys, well, essentially, my dad gave me some alcohol. I was 2 months short. No, 22 days short of a year. On the 23rd of September was going to be my 1 year anniversary. Was when I'm going to do a fucking cake. I might do a fucking cake anyway. No, I'm not going to do a cake. Cunt. I feel like I've been robbed. But taking responsibility, it is that I robbed myself for believing that ginger fucking beer was not alcoholic. Is ginger beer alcoholic? Oh, God almighty. Right, alright guys, I'm gonna go ring Tolly, but note to self, fuck me.